welcome. Before I get into everything, I just want to say this. God bless America. Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, what with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. That's right, I'm reviewing God Bless America, and I'm sorry for my terrible singing. If you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. Fed up with the cruelty and stupidity of American culture, an unlikely duo, Frank and Roxy, a 50-year-old man and a 17-year-old girl, team up to whack reality stars, bigots, and others that they find repugnant and repulsive. Like my usual, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this movie. I'm not going to go through the good or bad. I'm going to go give you my thoughts of this movie and the rating. Here we go. It all starts off, Frank's in an apartment. He's laying there. He sees his he hears his neighbors next door, baby's crying. He calls it a nuclear siren going off every night. So he goes next door. He mows down the dad, shoots the mom, kills the baby. We'll find out it's a dream. He goes to work the next day. He befriends the secretary, the receptionist, gives her a book, and then he's talking with his cubicle mate, and they're talking back and forth, and he hates how people are just all on their phones all the time, and just regurgitating things that they see and hear on the news. Doesn't this all sound familiar to you guys? Huh. Who knew? Back in 2011, this thing would be that important. But anyways, he does this. He's called into his boss's office, and he's fired. So he's a 50-year-old guy without a job. His wife is calling him, wanting to see if he wants to take his daughter. His daughter doesn't want to come to him. And then she complains that she got a BlackBerry and not an iPhone. So he's fed up with that. And as he's trying to end his life with a gun to his mouth, he sees the reality TV star, Chloe. You know, those 14-year-old teen sensations. And her parents on there, and he goes, yeah, this is what America's come to. I'm done. So he goes out, finds her. He straps her to his steering wheel of the car, locks her in, puts a wad of tissue into the gas tank, puts fuel on it. That sets that fire. He's smoking a cigarette. As he walks away, the washcloth flies out. And he's like, whoa, he takes it down. And then he just decides he's going to shoot her. He shoots her. Roxy sees it, decides she wants to team up with him. Hey, she hates people with high fives. She tells the story of how she was molested at home and everything, which we later find out is not true. She just does it because she has the same mindset as Frank. So they go to the movies. She's acting like Bonnie and Clyde, like this, just moving the hand around. They go to see a movie. People behind them are talking the whole time. 3 other people behind them are talking all the time. One's on her phone. Another guy gets a phone call. That's it. He gets up. She gets up. She grabs a gun, shoots it. Boom, boom. She misses. He grabs it, shoots them, kills them all, except for one lady there who was quiet throughout the whole thing, who was telling him, shh, be quiet, people are trying to watch a movie. He left her alive because she wasn't an idiot. She was trying to be friendly. She was trying to be kind, in other words. So he's killing people with kindness pretty much in this movie. And it's funny because when he goes to Chloe's parents' house to go kill them, he kills the dad, chases the mom around. The mom's like throwing herself in front of him, and it's hilarious. It's funny. And then that happens. There's a bunch of dark humor in here. Like they have they do a bunch of like SNL type of satires as he's flipping through TV channels. Like I say, they have TMI instead of TMZ, and they even have a guy who looks like Harvey just talking about what happened on their American Idol or American Superstars the night before. And what happens is they have their own William Hung character on here who's all this, and Frank's mission is to make sure how is this guy becoming so popular? Because he sucks. This is how America's gone downhill. According to Frank, he's going to make sure it doesn't happen again. So he goes long story short, throughout a series of different events, he kills people. A guy who recognizes him thinks he's doing something with Roxy. He ends up killing him so he can take his car. They have a falling out. He goes to the American Superstars thing with an AK-47, goes to kill the judges, finds out that the guy who was there, who they were making fun of, actually was going to commit suicide, but didn't because they were still going to keep him on television. Weird. That's completely and utterly weird. But in a movie like this, it's dark humor. You get that a lot from Bobcat Goldthwait, who wrote and directed this film. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy who kind of talks, kind of funny like this. You will know him if you hear him. Watch any of the later Police Academy movies. You'll see him in there. He has longer hair. He's a biker gang and then joins the police force. So they have a lot of stuff like this. The satirical nature of how this movie's very much a satirical nature, or the satirical documentary of how social media and reality TV have taken over our waking moments. How everything we have is in the palm of our hands on a phone. Our news, our entertainment's right there, and so we're all engrossed in it. And that's one thing Frank hates, is that when someone's going like this, trying to talk with you, they're so engrossed on their phone to the point where he has a dream that he is JFK riding through on a car, Roxy's Jacqueline, and he hears a gun. Yep, it even goes that far. And I mean, have you ever been fed up with what is going on in the world? Whether it's horrible reality TV shows, whether you're sick and tired of people regurgitating what they read or see on TV without any resemblance of real facts or real opinions, or when people are glued to their phones while you're talking to them, while they're driving, while you're just trying to be a normal human, to spoiled brats who don't get an iPhone or the car that they want and throw a temper tantrum. Have you ever felt like you could just snap because of all this? Well, then you're Frank. This dark and twisted movie, it's scathingly hysterical. It's a he says back here by the film school rejects. It's a magnetic film that provides 100 minutes of subverse, blood-soaked fun. I mean, with Joel Murray in here, that's him right there. It's a dark and twisted movie. If you're a fan of dark comedies, this movie's for you. I'm not, but I thoroughly enjoy this movie because of the context of the movie. Not because of him going on a killing spree, but how society's been warped, really. That's what he's warped according to him, how society's been warped, and that's what we're trying to get to on here. And that's kind of what I liked about this movie. It's done in 2011, right when social media was starting to become pretty big. And now in 2021, 10 years later, it's everywhere. We have everything at the palm of our hands. Frank would not be too happy with the way the world was right now. I will give this movie 3 stars. That's great. It's going on my shelf. It's one I'm going to watch again. I might even pass this off to friends and say, hey, you need to watch this. You like satire? You like dark comedy? You want to see something that just makes you want to snap at times, like the main character? Here you go. Watch it. And if you like dark comedy, fan of Bobcat Goldthwait, or just looking for something that's satirical in nature, this movie's for you. And as always, you can find this. I found it at my Dollar Tree. Find it wherever you buy your movies. Make it a new movie night, but always remember, just because you like reality TV shows and you find things that are done stupid, don't be like Frank and Snap. All you need to do is talk with the person next to you, make it a movie night, and dive right in.